Hi everybody, again, my name is Miguel. I'm a video producer here at Webflow, and today I am joined by the incredible Jay-Z, our VP of Product here at Webflow. Jay-Z, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, I'm super excited to chat. And one thing I'm really curious about is how you got started in product.
Great question. Honestly, when I was in school, I didn't even know what product management was. And so I studied econ, I graduated, I worked in consulting. And after spending a while doing that, I realized I didn't want to be on the side of the table that was always advising and hoping that our client would take that and then implement it.
Yep.
And so I learned about product management and was like, wow, I could be operating and making decisions and really owning the end outcome. And so that's how I moved into product management. I left consulting and I joined as a mobile gaming PM as my first product role.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. So maybe a weird question, but what is product? I mean, you just say like, yeah, I do product, but what does that mean exactly? No,
that's a great question. And I think really product management is very different at every single company. And so the things that I really believe in are, one, as a product person, you really need to deeply understand what your users want.
Right.
And then you also need to understand, what is the business opportunity? And then you have to build at the intersection of the two.
Okay.
And so a lot of the role is that understanding, building that knowledge, and then also part of the role is executing, partnering with your team, with your cross-functional stakeholders, and actually bring these products to life. That's a big part of the role.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a ton of sense. And you and I kind of have a connection where I'm on the education team at Webflow.
Yes.
I understand that you're a teacher.
I am.
Yes.
I do also teach product management.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to learn more about that.
Yeah. When I think about product, I just talked about what it is. It's actually a discipline that I think a lot of people can benefit from, whether you are actually doing the product management role, or if you're an engineer, or even if you're on the sales team. How do you learn about product as a discipline? So the chances of you doing something that resonates with the market, resonates with your users, is much higher.
Exactly.
And so that plus, a shared love for teaching, has me teaching. And so I've been teaching at Stanford for the past 5 years. A course on product management in the School of Engineering.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's been a really amazing experience being able to work with students across all different disciplines and really teach them about product as almost like a way of thinking.
Right, and what kind of students are those? Like what kind of people take this class?
Yeah, so even though it's in the School of Engineering, something that's really important to me is that you bring, the best part of product is when you bring people from all different disciplines and they are able to work together. And so we take students from the law school, the School of Medicine, yes, everywhere.
Super cool.
And so we actually have hundreds of applicants each year, and we try to take both a cross-cutting group and also, again, something that's very important to me, taking a diverse group.
Right, yeah, exactly. So your class is at Stanford, but does that mean it's exclusive to those at Stanford, or can anybody take it?
Yeah, initially it was, and that's something that I really wanted to change, because I don't believe in that education being accessible to only a few people.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, and so one thing we did was we actually turned into an online course, and that anyone can take.
Right.
And then another thing that we've done is we've actually worked with another program called Reforge. Reforge is, I'd call it like the master class of product learning.
Oh, cool.
And through there we offer our class and had made it even more practical.
Right.
And that way anyone in the world can go ahead and take it if they're interested.
Exactly. So something that I can imagine gets both of us super fired up, especially hearing you talk about your teaching. I'm wondering what your thoughts are on how that changes the landscape of learning in the future. Do you need to go to a Stanford and get this degree to get the job? Like, how does that change in the future?
That's a great question. I believe in a world where, if today it's based on your resume, tomorrow it's really based on your portfolio. It's like a much more like 3D representation of what you can do and like all of the artifacts that you've created. And so if that's the future, do you need to go to certain places? No, like you can. You get a lot of other things through doing that, but that's not for everyone, and it's also not accessible for everyone.
Exactly.
And so I really believe in a world where the future of learning is truly so much more accessible, so much more hands-on, and can be tailored to whoever you are in whatever situation that you're in, however much time you have to be able to learn. That's the future in my mind.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And it's something that gets me excited about no-code in general, not just Webflow. is like
the whole movement,
Yeah,
right? Like this
absolutely.
is democratizing creation and making so that people don't have to know all the nitty gritty, have to be able to code in order to do whatever it is they're trying to
Yep,
accomplish.
exactly. Instead of going to all these different college courses and you got to take these classes that
Yeah.
you're not really interested in. I love that. So, do you have any advice specifically for students out there?
I think really looking at like what is it that you want to be doing every day, what gives you energy, and given that, like what are the best ways to learn immediately and be hands-on, right? And then are there ways that you can leapfrog that learning process where before you really had to learn the theory and then do this and that and you know, with the things out there today, maybe you can jump over that entire thing and be able to start creating and just working. So that's really what I advise students, which is like really look at the world out there today and see how it might be different for you.
Nice. I love that. That's awesome. So, we're going to back up a little bit here.
Okay.
I want to know what you do on your spare time. Like, how do you, I heard you renovate houses. What's that like?
Well, my spare time these days is just spending time with my 16-month-old son and fighting off all the germs from daycare. But yes, I do renovate houses. It's, you know, I think a lot of people who work in technology, you really crave to do something physical, to build something physical with your hands, in addition to all the digital stuff we do. And so, you know, it's renovating is a way for me to really scratch that itch, really manifest kind of like all my passion for design as well. So that's something I do and I really enjoy.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Absolutely.
I had so much fun.
Me too.
Really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.